Hello, good morning. This is Mr. Popo of the Highest Order, and I'm here with Digital Harbinger. I'm about to play Fotonica, and he's putting some Jon Stewart on YouTube.
So I'm trying to put the Jim Cramer face off with Jon Stewart because it was one of those epic moments.
Okay. So we're gonna play, and on the background you might listen to some Jon Stewart for all of you who like it, and if you don't like it, you grow to like it, and it'll be a fun ride. By the way, I got my cerveza right here with me. I got my beer, so
There's only people talking about it.
let's do it. Okay.
It's okay not to know something, right? It's even okay to be wrong from time to time. It's not like I haven't been plenty of times. But when you come off
So
as a know-it-all,
we're gonna start with this one.
or you come off as something examples, English, movies about it.
Okay, I had not heard this in full audio. This sounds so fucking trippy. No, you hear that guy? He's like gasping, or he's like panting. You hear it when he's running and he jumps. It sounds like I'm using Michael Jackson. It sounds like Michael Jackson is fucking the one running right here.
Although Jim Cramer did write an article in 1985 complaining that we had unfairly used the video clip out of context to make it look like he recommended buying.
Okay, then
Before it collapsed.
we are gonna talk about something I've been meaning to say, and that is that, you know, these games have been really fun to do, but god damn it, it gets kind of annoying. You know, if you ever want to do this and you hear me and you want to kind of do your own channel, I'll tell you this, you gotta have some goddamn patience, because fucking shit, I'm barely starting, but you know, I just want to share it. It's kind of like this unspoken thing that not many people actually say. They just say, yeah, it's hard, and this and that is difficult, and they get emotional. But I'm gonna tell you why it's fucking hard. I'll tell you why this shit is fucking hard. It's because you gotta make your own thumbnails, you gotta design shit, you gotta know some programs, people. So you know, it's more than just, oh, it's hard, it's difficult, oh, my emotions. You know, it's more than that. You gotta put some fucking effort. You're gonna see your views. I'm gonna tell you how it is. Your views, you're gonna be looking at your phone every fucking day or your computer, and you're gonna be thinking, fuck, when am I gonna improve my views? And I'm at that fucking moment. I can tell you firsthand. So please just listen to this, because it's really, you know, if you wanna make your own channel, I'm giving you some good pointers from somebody who might possibly make it or might possibly fail, you know. Sometimes your biggest failures end up becoming actually fucking funny as fuck. Who doesn't like seeing a guy raging and shit and talking about bullshit? Like I said, I'm getting drunk right now, so just hear me out for a little bit. But the thing is that, you know, the view thing, oh my god. You have no idea how many times on a daily I look at my phone and I'm like, holy shit, am I gonna get more views? I keep uploading videos and I don't get any goddamn new views. I get some of them, but then YouTube comes and they're like, nope, they were spams, they were bots, man, I'm sorry, we cannot accept them. So I'm like, oh no, and I despair, you know, for a little bit, because I'm like, fuck, I thought I got some more views, but no, I didn't. But you know, it just takes a little bit to get used to it. It's not too bad. But like I said, you know, you gotta make some thumbnails, get creative, get into it. Every single day you gotta make multiple videos. You know, don't make just one. Make a shit ton of videos. And if you're gonna make a shit ton of videos, don't go to Dailymotion. You know why? I'm gonna tell you why. Because there's rules in Dailymotion. What are the rules? Here are the rules. You cannot make more than 2 hours of content. More than 2 hours. So your videos better be fucking small. Or if you're gonna make only a few, well, then you're gonna reach the limit, and then they tell you that they can't allow you to make any more videos. So you're on limit. You have a limit put on you by Dailymotion. So YouTube might be a little better on the service that it provides you as far as that goes, but Daily Motion has a more interesting audience. I would say, it has more interesting stuff that you will not find on YouTube. You will not find a lot of crazy stuff on YouTube. Although if you go to the dark part of YouTube, I think you can find them, but it's under your own risk. I wouldn't recommend going there. Let me tell you how you can access the dark YouTube. How can you access dark YouTube? Well, go to the dictionary and or type it online and type up like just look up really fucked up words. It's all about the vocabulary. YouTube literally thinks their audience are so stupid that they just leave the videos there because they're like, you know what, our audiences are fucking retarded, so let's not even bother to delete any of that, because on top of that, it's not even our own country, so who gives two shits. So that's kind of how it works. And I guess that's also, I'm being a bitch to YouTube, but at the same time, that's why I like YouTube, is because of that aspect. You have no idea how many times I found fucked up shit that I literally could have gone to the deep web to have found, but it's right on YouTube. Some of the most disturbing shit you can find is on YouTube. You want to see some lynching? You want to see people getting mob lynching? You get to see it on YouTube. Why? Because it's from another country. Let me tell you one. I found this one video of a lynching. It happened to be a Muslim guy. I'm not even trying to hate on that. I'm just literally, that's what the video was. It was a Muslim guy who had just done a little bit of the RAPE, a little bit of that, and the girl was there, and then a lot of some of the Chinese people. The guy was in China, by the way. This was in China, so they saw him, and the guy just, fuck, dude, a mob of Chinese people surrounded the guy, and they started to beat the fuck out of the guy. Then the cops came in, and then they just kept on beating the fuck out of the guy. It became a lynching. The girl had just been raped, like literally right there in public, like in the middle of a street. It was crazy. And that's just a fraction of what you can find. You can find a lot of beatings, a lot of torture stuff if you look deep enough. Also, another recommendation: if you know many languages, if you know Spanish, if you know Portuguese, French, German, the possibilities on what you can find on YouTube are fucking endless. There's so much content in here as far as really fucked up shit that sometimes there's no need to go to the dark web, that it becomes more about your language and the language barrier and how far you can go on YouTube with what you can see. So the dark web compiles everything, but I'm leading to believe that a lot of that fucked up shit happens to be American. I remember in the dark web there used to be the No Limits Fun. That used to be the company, and they were the ones that produce all the fucked up content that you would see on the deep web. But see, that's the thing. They were aiming at a specific audience of American-speaking people. So if you know multiple languages, again, guess what? There's other people like that who can also do the same shit. Or even then, you don't even need to look up these people and these places. All you have to know, like I said, know the language, know some other language, know your terminologies, know your vocabulary, know what to look for. And by that I mean, if you know what lynching is, or if you go back and read your slaves, books about slavery, look up words like that, and you're gonna see some fucked up shit, because stuff like that still happens. You don't have to go to the deep web. If you know another language, it's even safer to look up shit. I'll tell you that right now. If you know multiple languages, the chances of you actually being much safer on looking up stuff online is way better, because it's another language. It's another language, trust me. I found a lot of crazy shit in my time because I know Spanish and I know English, and I studied a little bit of Portuguese. Well, actually, I studied a shitload of Portuguese, man. I was breaking my fucking head trying to learn Portuguese just because I was trying to get at some Brazilian girls. I literally was going into dating websites Yeah, fucking funny as fuck. The shit that you do when you're horny, huh? I was going to some dating websites. I'm sure you can guess which ones they are because we all use the same ones. But I was going to those, and I literally was obsessed for a while with Brazilian girls. These women, man, oh man, they're so gorgeous. You guys, girls, you have no idea how beautiful these women are. The country is fucked up, but their women is some of the most beautiful females in the existence of the world, along with Colombian and Puerto Rican girls. Oh my God, these beauties are just gorgeous. So I was on the dating website, and I couldn't hit him up because I didn't know the language. I knew a few words, like gostosa, which means that you're like fine as fuck, and so I went and I spent. You know how I ended up learning Portuguese? I was self-taught. I used Duolingo and I used another shit ton of apps, and then I was literally just taking out books, reading as much as I could. I started reading some Portuguese literature myself, just so I could learn it. And over time, it started coming to the realization that the sentence structure of Portuguese is the same exact sentence structure that is in Spanish. It's just the same as French. So if you're Hispanic, a lot of Portuguese, French are very easy languages for anybody who's Hispanic to learn. You'll pick up on it really quick, especially if you never learn another language and you try to learn it. If you explain to somebody that the sentence structure is exactly the same, that the way you say things, the order of things that are being said in Portuguese and in French are exactly the same as in fucking Spanish. It's just that it's a different word that looks different. It's like drawing a circle that looks kind of like cricket. It's like let's say you get 3 people and you tell them to draw a circle. All 3 of them will not draw a perfect circle, but you still know it's a circle. And so that's what I'm trying to convey here. That's the same idea. The sentence structure, the way that you say it, is identical. So it's really easy. If you know English, it'll be a little more difficult to adapt to that. But it's worth it. So going back to that, I finally, after all this trial and error and bullshit, I ended up going back, and I was finally starting to text them. Ooh. Let me tell you, these women, the stuff they text, oh my God, beautiful. I even got me WhatsApp just so I could start messaging them, because that was the only way I could do it across. I was only getting at them because, as you know, you can't really hit on other people from other countries unless you specify that you're from that country beforehand, and after that it doesn't let you change it. So I had like one account for here and then one account for over there, and I had another account for Mexico. So I could go to the Hispanic countries too, because I'm Hispanic, so why not? More better. And after all of that, I didn't really get much though. I got some quote unquote content from the Brazilian girls. They were like beautiful, fucking nice. A lot of them were fucking like MILFs. That was the best part. Guys, Brazilian MILFs. Jesus fucking Christ, guys, Brazilian MILFs. These women look like these Brazilian MILFs. If you think they're in their 50s, they might be in their 50s, but they look like in their 30s. That's how insane this is. That's how it is. It's kind of like Asians. You see how Asians don't age that much? Well, we have our Hispanic ones that are like Asians, which happen to be Brazilians and Colombian women. Oh my God, these women, they treat their body like a temple. They will take care of it obsessively from an early age until they get older, and until they die. They will take care of their bodies. They all work out. It's like a must. It comes with the culture. If you ain't hot looking, you ain't Colombian. That's pretty much how it is. So you gotta wear your makeup. You gotta be buff if you're a dude. You gotta look good, man, for the ladies, because they're looking good for you. So you gotta put the effort too. Unlike here, where it's more like if you got some money, you're good over there. it's not the same system. So over there is, if you go over there, you'll find a lot of buff guys. You'll find a lot of sexy women everywhere. You might even get confused and, hit on an old lady, thinking that it's like some like younger woman, and then she's like, I'm fucking 50 or something, and you're like, wait, what? You're bullshitting me. And then like, no. And it's kind of like the same with Asians. But I believe it's because they like seafood a lot too. But it's a different diet, it's a different lifestyle. But I don't know if it's still the same anymore. Could be different. This I'm close to finishing this. Well, not the game, but the level. Hello, fake bitches. Who here likes Joe Rogan? Nobody? Shame on you. Shame on anybody who said they didn't like it. But see, I didn't used to like him for a while. But it's kind of like a thing that grows on you. You gotta watch it constantly. You gotta keep up on it, or else you don't like it. Just like I did, I used to hate Trevor Noah. I did not like that guy when I first saw him the first few months. I just thought he was a piece of shit. I didn't think he was gonna do any good. His jokes are fucking horrible. I was not laughing at all when I saw the guy. And I'm not gonna lie, when I heard that he was an African and he was gonna do the show, I was like, what the fuck are they doing? But it ended up working. Now I love the guy. Fucking makes me laugh now when I watch him. And actually, I like to see the progress that he makes. Just because he could be actually a big thing, you got Stephen Colbert and Jon Stewart, but they're getting old. You need some new youth, you need some new blood going right now on this. Fucking shit, this is hard. So I think he can bring it. He can bring some good in there. I mean, we got already somebody like that, Oliver. But I like his attitude. He has a lot of heart, a lot of spirit when he says his show. He genuinely he likes it. I feel like that's what I feel when I watch that guy. He really laughs about the shit that he says. It's really fucking good. You feel like sometimes. Actually, you know what? Trevor Noah's last episodes that I was watching, I don't know if it was John Oliver. It was one of the two of them. But I remember they were saying jokes, and you could hear legitimate laughs. It gave you the impression that they got rid of the prompt that said applause or laugh, and that people were genuinely laughing. And I guess that's kind of, I don't know who it was, I gotta check. But after I saw that recently, I was like, holy shit, they're actually quality. It was one of them, I don't remember. Literally, there was, people were not clapping as usual, so you knew it was like, they didn't tell them to do it. But you could hear the people actually talking on the background, you could actually hear stuff like that, and it made it more vivid, more funny. It added more to it rather than the usual everybody's laughing at it, and then you're like, oh, I know, I get it, I should laugh right now. But it's different. It was different on those episodes. I don't know if they're still gonna do it more often, but I hope they do. Okay, so let's try to focus on this a little bit. We got it, guys. Made it. Well, I'm so glad we finished this level. Yesterday it took me longer to play it, but I was so fucked up yesterday when I was playing this, and I was coming from a really bad place where I played this game called Hot Guns, and I got owned by a fucking drill. You're gonna see the video at some point. I'm gonna upload it. I'm gonna upload my rage. Oh, alright, man, thank you. So, well, thanks for watching. This has been Mr. Popo of the highest order, featuring Digital Harbinger.
No other shit at the end.
Thanks for watching.